beautiful and magnificent ship. I hope you've had just a little time to walk around and just get some of the ambience of this beautiful ship and enjoy today. It's a special day for us. I'd now like to introduce the President and Managing Director of Cunard Line, Mr. Peter Shanks.
Thank you, Captain. What a fine job he has done in bringing this marvellous new ship into Southampton. A warm welcome from myself. Today is indeed a very proud day for all of us at Cunard Line, and I'm very pleased that all of you are here today making history as we launch another fine liner. This afternoon we're going to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand to attention, and that is what we do at Cunard Line. It's a day for Cunard, it's a day to be proud of Britain and British shipping. It's also been wonderful for me to work with all of the ship's company who deliver such wonderful White Star service to our guests. And of course you're amongst the first to experience just the specialness of White Star service as you have lunch. You must forgive me, I'm not joining you for lunch. We do have rather a media frenzy going on at the moment, and I have to disappear off and do 23 satellite interviews to North America. But I'd rather do that than eat lunch, because that's very good for the business. But I'm really proud. You'll hear from me a little bit later, so that's enough from me. Now we do have, in addition to our very privileged links to the royal family, and particularly to Her Majesty the Queen, we at Cunard also like, where we can, to give something back. And you may know that we support a really excellent organisation called the Prince's Trust. And on today, at such a special occasion, we thought it was only right that we would mark that and invite a very special ambassador to the Prince's Trust to be with us here today. And so please, I ask for your patience as you hear from a rather special man. We have Sir Ben Kingsley to tell you about Prince's Trust.
Thank you. When I think of Cunard, I think of magnificence, I think of scale, I think of dignity, I think of service, I think of courage, adventure, and power. Power, power. When I was last on the predecessor of this beautiful, beautiful ship, I was on the QE2, and I had the great privilege, 4 voyages with her, and I had the great privilege of being invited to the engine room by the chief engineer. I was in the company of a US admiral, and I was overwhelmed at the eloquence of his answers and the technicality of the questions. And I had the temerity to ask the chief engineer if he ever looked at the dials on his massive console. He said, no, I know my engines by smell, by sound, and by touch. And under his guidance, I knew that those engines would never fail. She would never be in darkness. She would never be drifting. And Cunard has, as you know, contributed £535,000 to the Prince's Trust in the 3 years of our wonderful association. And as a gold sponsor, she's pledged, Cunard have pledged another £500,000. The Prince's Trust has so far gathered under its wing 600,000 young people. It's extraordinary. The figures: 1 in 5 unemployed, £1 billion out of our budget on youth crime, £10 million a day lost in productivity because the young people are out of work. Yes, of course, you can throw money at problems, but Cunard and the Prince's Trust are more specific. They see a young person, give it a place to stand, give it dignity, give it purpose. Under the Prince's Trust, and under the great sponsorship of you here, £30,000 were already raised, and thank you. Those young people, their lights will not go out. They will not drift rudderless. We are the chief engineers of the next generation. Thank you, Cunard. Thank you, the Prince's Trust. It's a great privilege for my wife and I to be here. Thanks for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Ben Kingsley, Sir Peter Shanks, and Captain Chris Wells. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're delighted to hear that we'd now like to invite you to join us for lunch in the Britannia restaurant, which is towards the aft of Queen Elizabeth. We look forward to seeing you there shortly, and a reminder that the ceremony will be starting to invite you